A very good day to you all, and thanks for finding time to watch this video clip. So in the video clip today, we want to discuss the question that many people ask, particularly new farmers. The question being, is there money in rabbit farming? So the simple answer to that question is yes, there's money in rabbit farming. Um, but it depends on your strategy. It depends on your approach. So basically what you need to have in mind when venturing into rabbit farming is you need to identify your niche. Okay, there are so many different aspects to rabbit farming. For example, you can go into rabbit farming primarily to be breeding rabbits for meat. That's the first example, or the first type. The second um, type is you can go into rabbit farming um, primarily to be breeding rabbits to supply to your fellow rabbit farmers, like a breeder who supply breeding stock. And then you can also go into rabbit farming, just to um, provide services to rabbit farmers. By that I mean you can probably be, manufacturing cages. You can probably be manufacturing feeders. You can be training new rabbit farmers. You can be manufacturing feeds. You can be supplying medicines and provide some consultancy and so on. So rabbit farming as an industry is very broad and wide. So when you are venturing into it, you need to identify the niche. I must be quick to mention that depending on the type of rabbit farming that you decide to go into, the benefits differ. For example, um, if you go into rabbit farming primarily for meat, then the price, or the price at which you'll be selling your rabbits will be lower than someone who goes into rabbit farming primarily to be breeding rabbits to supply to other rabbit farmers. I'll give you a very good example. Here in Zambia at the moment, um, a meat rabbit costs in the range of 160 kwacha, 150, 160 kwacha. That is approximately $10, depending on the exchange rate. So, but for someone who goes into rabbit farming primarily to breed rabbits um, to supply to other rabbit farmers, you'll find that they sell their rabbits at a much higher price depending on the breed. Especially if you're dealing in pure breeds, you find that each rabbit, like for example a breed like Angora in Zambia at the moment, you can sell it at as much as 1,000 kwacha, which is um, about $50 roughly, or more. Certain breeds like English Sport, they are also quite expensive. Even just these other breeds like New Zealand White, a mature one, you cannot find it. A pure mature uh, New Zealand White or, or Californian, you cannot find it at less than 250 kwacha. So you will notice that for someone who breeds rabbits to supply to fellow rabbit farmers or to fellow breeders, it's much more lucrative than someone who breeds rabbit primarily for meat. And so also the the person who goes into rabbit farming to be supplying services like consultancy, like training, you know feed production and so on, it's also a huge it's also a sector which has got a lot of huge potential, because people are always interested to start rabbit farming. You always have newcomers, you always have new rabbit farmers who are interested to start rabbit farming, and they'll always need someone to teach them the ropes on how to go about you know the business of rabbit farming. And so you find that it's also a very lucrative sector of rabbit farming. This is not to say that breeding rabbits for meat is not lucrative. It also, that one is also lucrative, especially if you manage to secure a market with maybe the chain stores, um, maybe restaurants, even abroad. If you manage to find a market out there, you can actually make a lot of money, especially that you'll be dealing in huge quantities. For example, some retail let me say chain stores would require that maybe you supply them with 3,000 rabbits a week, you know. So even if you're selling that at let's say $5 or $10, you're talking about 10 times 3,000. That's at how much? $30,000 a week, you know. So it all depends on how you approach your business. So in a nutshell, to answer the question of whether there's money in rabbit farming or not, the answer is yes, a definite yes. But to know uh, you need to know your market, you need to know your niche. Don't just go in blindly. Do your research, and then identify the niche that you want to specialize in, and then the monies will come in. So thank you so much for finding time to watch. As always, we are grateful for we don't take your viewership for granted, and we only request that you subscribe to our channel so that it grows and it reaches more people. And we also request that you like this video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. You know, that's going to help with the YouTube algorithms, and it will help the channel grow, and many more people are going to access this information. So if you've got any comment, any contribution, please feel free to comment in the comment section below. And we hope to see you next time in another video for more exciting and informative, more exciting information about rabbit farming. So until then, bye. See you later.